Hello everyone, my name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and these are your weekly horoscope tarot card readings, and they are from the 6th until the 12th of April 2020. So these horoscope tarot card readings are from the 6th until the 12th of April 2020, and I am going to start with my gorgeous and ever so precious and beautiful Aries. My gorgeous Aries, this week, there you go, you've got a 10 of Cups. This is a rather important moment in time. On one hand, this week is going to be very important when it comes to the certain conclusion, but that conclusion in particular is going to be very powerful because it's going to help you to make sense out of things. On another hand, something big is going to happen actually, but this is in particular when it comes to your home, this is in particular when it comes to your surroundings, this is in particular when it comes to all those things around you, in your home, in your environment, that are actually making you happy. An important moment in time, it's actually going to take place also for you, my gorgeous Aries, when it comes to this particular reward. You know, mentally, this is going to be a brilliant moment in time because almost immediately it's going to be quite responsible, you know, directly responsible for you to boost your optimism. And optimism is absolutely everything at this moment in time. You're reaching an important stage, my gorgeous Aries, and something is going to take place, and it's just going to give you so much hope. It's just going to give you so much excitement, and that on another hand is going to have a rather enlightening effect on you, and you will experience something very important this week, my gorgeous Aries, and this is so good. On another hand, you need to remember just to be patient, to be patient, to be patient. There is an adjustment that is going to be needed from you, pretty much so, this week, my gorgeous Aries, but this adjustment is going to be very good, and most certainly at the right moment, at the right time, through some kind of influence, the certain person who is very important to you in your life is going to become rather significant part of your own dimension when it comes to you making an important decision. So this person is going to inspire you at the same time. So it's just going to be so much to you. It's going to mean so much to you because you will know what to do. At the same time, there is going to be an important omen that you are going to have this week. This omen will be very important, my gorgeous Aries, indeed. But it's just going to happen in a rather strange and unusual way. It is going to be positive, it is going to be optimistic, you know, but it's also at the same time, this omen is just going to have a very strange and very unusual way about it. Something is going to be quite unusual, something is going to be quite weird, and most certainly it's going to feel like it's something from a completely different world. This omen could come in any form, this omen could come in any sense, but most importantly, it's going to feel like it's from another world, you know, seriously, it's important. Because at the same time, when you have this omen, which means that you will have the personal understanding at the same time of something that you couldn't understand before, but this is big, this is huge. But on another hand, it's all about you remembering to have faith in your dreams, to remember to have faith in your dreams. This is very, very important moment in time for you, my gorgeous Aries, to remember. Look at this, and your oracle card is a solitude. Let's see this, very important, because through you being kind of experiencing life in a slightly different way, it's also gonna be so important, in particular when it comes to your own personal self-illumination as well. There is an important realization that you are going to have, and this is going to happen through the moment in time when you have like a bit of a moment with yourself, whether this is going to be through meditation, whether this is going to be through the certain grounding, but most importantly, you will have an important moment of self-illumination. On one hand, something is going to be confirmed to you, but on another hand, you know, you will just know exactly what to do and which way to go in order to release yourself, in particular when it comes to all those times where you felt like frequently restrained. Okay, the next sign that the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Taurini. My gorgeous, my beautiful Taurinis, my gorgeous Taurus, my gorgeous Taurus. You see, you've got the Empress. This is brilliant. You know, I really like it because it's just, maybe you've just lost the faith a little bit lately. Maybe you felt like a little bit negative lately. Maybe you just couldn't concentrate lately. So this is really good because, you know, it is just all about the actual certain accomplishment, you know, that is just going to come through. That accomplishment that is going to come through, it's a lot to do with the actual longer process in your life. It's a lot to do with the things that you have been focusing on, that you have been doing previously. So now this is just going to, in a way, catch up with you nicely, but it's to do with your own accomplishment that you started previously, and it's going to happen at the right moment, at the right time, because on another hand, it's going to be so great. It's going to bring you that beautiful special moment, and it's going to boost your confidence. And that is also going to be a very important time when it comes to the actual to balance spirituality and the actual practicality. You see, very important. It's also, on another hand, you know, it is just going to be quite a special and very magic moment that you are actually going to have this week. And this will mean to you so much because it's to do with the stability, it's to do with the confidence, it's to do with the excitement, it's to do with the self-esteem, but it's also to do with uncertainty that was kind of clouding around you, and it kind of prevented you to think in a certain way, which is nothing unusual. But this in itself, it's an important moment in time because you're also going to get this harmony through, and you're going to come to terms with something, and that situation is, on another hand, going to help you to have a conclusion to the actual problem. But most importantly and most certainly, this is going to lead towards one particular thing, towards one particular point. You're going to make a certain change. There is the change that is just going to start unfolding right in front of you, right in front of your own very eyes, that you wouldn't normally notice through this particular process. And this is important because it's at the same time going to reveal something to you, which is just going to become highly important at around the end of the week, in particular when it comes to the new beginning, because almost immediately there will be the focus that it's also going to come with it. So there are lots of other things that are going to be connected to this at the same time. So subconsciously, you're already going to start making an important progress, an important point here, my gorgeous Taurinis, indeed. Okay, so I'm just going to see what is your oracle card for this particular week, my gorgeous Taurini. What is your oracle card? Diligence, absolutely fantastic, but this in particular, it's all about coming to the terms with certain problem. The problem, some kind of annoying problem, is coming to an end, and it's brilliant, and it's all about you looking at things from a slightly different angle, and it's all about you having the understanding that you didn't have before, but also, you know, an important moment that you are going to have, which is going to allow you to see and to connect in a different way. But most importantly, it's quite significant when it comes to the actual light at the end of the tunnel. You are going to hear a certain surprise. You will be surprised when it comes to the certain relative or somebody who really means to you so much, a lot, when it comes to some kind of success that is actually going to come through them. But it's not so much to do with the success, but it's also to do with the problem coming to an end to that other person who means to you so much. It's perhaps somebody in your family that you were worrying about, you are going to have a very good news about, and this is also going to be absolutely brilliant. But also, you know, there is a new kind of starting stage that you are going to have, just the beginning. But as the time goes by, this option is just going to become something that is going to become ridiculously important idea, and that in itself is going to unlock something within you. Okay, So now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Gemini. My gorgeous Gemini, the Hierophant. You see this? This is so brilliant, you know, I really like it. But it's just like a bit of a half and a half we've got here. Do you know, my gorgeous Geminis, try to be not too touchy, feely. I think that this week is going to be like, oh my God, maybe everything is going to feel a little bit magnified, you know, but in particular when it comes to your feelings, in particular when it comes to your emotions, you know, and everything is going to feel like and seem quite vibrant. So just to remember, you know, it's just basically what is going to happen this week. You are going to make an important decision, my gorgeous Geminis. It doesn't matter whether you're going to be touchy, feely, it doesn't really matter, but you're still going to make an important decision. But the decision that you will make, it's a lot to do with you and with your progress, but it's not going to seem like so huge, so massive, so important right now, how it's actually going to be later on. This is only the beginning that is going to start, an important stage of certain invocation, my gorgeous Geminis, and this is also going to lead towards your own rebirth, because on one hand it's going to help you out to kind of like make yourself busy, to keep yourself busy and to kind of be very optimistic. But on another hand, this is going to bring you a clear focus, in particular through your own activation. Okay, so it's just maybe going to be like a little bit stroppy week, and I think that you're also going to be tested by the certain relative or the certain family member. You will be under a little test, so just try to stay away from any kind of you know, like an argument or anything like that, or if somebody tries to have a little argument with you, just try to rise on top, you know, by actually not having an argument and by actually just being really friendly and optimistic. You know, there is no point really, to be quite honest, because it's just nothing to do with like being completely serious or anything like that. I think it's just going to be like a little bit silly. But on another hand, it's an important moment in time for you to remember, my gorgeous Geminis, because you are going to have a bit of like at around a midweek, it will be a bit of like I'm sorry, I feel a bit of like a little bit of like a tower situation that you're going to have, and this tower situation that you're going to have it around the midweek, it's going to be quite good for you actually. Please don't get me wrong, but it's something that was meant to kind of be shaked up, something that was needed to be shaked up in order to actually have a certain response. And it's not only to do with you, but it's maybe you were trying to get through someone, you were trying to explain something to someone that means to you so much, and this is very personal to you. It's to do with your own progress. So now this tower moment that you're going to have is just going to surprise you a little bit, but then on another hand it's just pretty much needed, because that tower moment, it's also going to start the certain point when it comes to the communication. This is brilliant, because this tower moment is just actually going to be a bit of a yin-yang moment for you, my gorgeous Geminis, because it's going to, on one hand, open you up, it's going to open your eyes, and it's going to make you realize things, but then again, it's just all about that particular communication that otherwise you wouldn't have. It's going to be the golden moment in time for you, my gorgeous Geminis, because this is going to bring you that important communication, and that communication will be absolutely everything, because it's about the conclusion, it's about the wake-up call, it's about the harmony that is going to come through in straight away, but most certainly it's about to bring you promise through your own creativity, and that is going to be absolutely everything at this moment in time, because you are suddenly going to realize things that you didn't realize before, in particular when it comes to like what way to go, which way to go, because you are going to find yourself like really having a reach, you know, having a quite a more powerful reach that you had before, and you will see exactly what I mean, my gorgeous Geminis. You know, let me tell you something. I need you to remember this, that the actual communication is the key. Communication is the key. This is something that I need you to remember. Do not hold things to yourself, my gorgeous Geminis. Anything that you feel, how you feel it, just say it. Express yourself, okay? It's very, very important, you see. And you are really find something out this week that is just going to make you wonder. that is literally going to make you wonder. You're going to find out something this week, and it's important, and it's going to make you wonder. And that it's also going to mark the beginning of the new stage of your life. But I have to say, one step at a time, my gorgeous Gemininis, but something very important, it's going to start taking place at this moment in time. And it's going to start with you wondering about what if. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Cancerini. Okay, my gorgeous Cancerini, I'm just going to shuffle this cardini. I'm just going to shuffle this tarotini cardini, my gorgeous Cancerini. Alright, my gorgeous Cancer, I'm just going to shuffle these cards, my beautiful babies. Okay, now, so you see we've got 8 of Swords here, my gorgeous Cancerini. We've got 8 of Swords. Now, this is what I find quite interesting when it comes to you. You are gonna come to terms with something, and I think it's a lot to do with the actual fear and the negativity that you felt lately a little bit. So this fear and negativity are going to reach the certain stage, certain point that will be very important for you, my gorgeous Cancerinis, because you have been affected by certain things that have been happening and that have been going on lately. Okay, so it's important to say that you're actually going to have a very important stage, my gorgeous Cancerini. Okay, very, very important stage here. And I have to say to you, it is just going to happen with a little surprise that it's actually going to inspire you. It's the beautiful, inspiring moment you're going to have. And that inspiring moment, it's also going to make you very deep, very spiritual, and it's going to help you to understand something about yourself. And this understanding is going to be very important, and it's also at the same time going to require from you just to carry on doing exactly what you're doing. Focus exactly the way you're focusing, do whatever you're doing. This is an important moment in time because it was leading to a little bit of confusion, but most certainly, and it was also kind of painting the picture, around you, like you're kind of unable to do something, or you're unable to achieve something. There is so much beauty around you. There is so much beauty about you. There is so much to do also. And this week is going to reveal things that are very important for you to pay attention and to focus on. Very, very important. And this is going to surprise you. And this is a good surprise, my gorgeous Cancerinis. Indeed, I'm telling you, because you were affected, and subconsciously and perhaps even consciously you were like, oh my God. But then again, it's going to be really nice spiritual flip-flop moment that you are going to have, and you will be able to connect in a slightly different way. And that in itself, it's also going to help you to connect, and it's also going to help you to kind of get this optimism going. So an important moment in time, it's actually going to happen, my gorgeous Cancerini, when you hear something about a certain success. But this is also something that you have been working on, or something that you have been paying attention to in the last 9 months. It's going to have a rather nice ooh la la my darling moment, and that ooh la la my darling moment is brilliant because it's most certainly going to be about a success, but that also is just going to make you realize something very important when it comes to your personal security. So this week is going to be very strong and very powerful, because this is all going to lead to an important moment when it comes to your personal security. And it's really brilliant, because it's also, on another hand, going to be a rather victorious moment. It's going to help you to see the things from a slightly different angle. And it's going to be rather victorious week. And when it comes to the actual health, and there is a quite strong moment, strong stage of the actual healing that you're going to have throughout this week. Very important week when it comes to your personal healing. And this is also going to mean to you so much. It will be a quite interesting moment that you are going to have this week, my gorgeous Cancerinis, in particular when it comes to your emotions. you're going to be quite emotional, but this is going to be really good because it's only going to be the reason why you're going to feel emotional. It's only because of the actual what you're going to hear about. You're going to be told something, and this is going to mean to you so much, and it's going to be very important. So when I say that you will be emotional, I say in a good way, in a positive way, in an optimistic way. This is going to put a massive smile on your face, and most certainly is going to help you to reach the very important stage of your own personal radiance indeed. So these emotions that I say, they're going to be positive emotions, they're going to be good emotions, they're going to be optimistic emotions, because they're going to be directly responsible for pushing you through things, you know, that you should be pushed through. And most certainly, you see, look at this, absolutely fantastic. Look what this means, stillness. Don't worry, my gorgeous Cancerinis. I'm not saying that you're worried or whatsoever, but if there is a bit of a worry this week, just remember, you're going to be absolutely fine. You're very strong, you're very powerful, but there is something that your dream is also going to reveal to you this week, my gorgeous Cancerini. Pay attention to your dreams. Some kind of dream is going to be revealed to you, but it's very important to say, because it's going to help you to see something that you wouldn't normally see. Okay, very important to say this, my gorgeous Cancerinis, indeed. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Leonis, my gorgeous Leonis. Now, this is your tarot card. My gorgeous Leone. You see, Five of Cups, my gorgeous Leonis. You see, this is like basically it's just about a certain replenishment that is actually going to be coming through. I know that your commitments are going to be tested, you know, and it's also going to be kind of like a certain stage that it's going to take place. In particular, when you hear the certain news, you will hear something about someone in your life, okay, who means to you so much, and you will like this because the news is going to be good, the news is going to be brilliant, and it's to do with the worries that you had. So you were obviously worrying about this person, so this is also going to be an important moment to you, for you as well, because it's going to reflect directly on your own activity, because it's just almost immediately going to refresh you, and it's immediately going to make you feel very creative. It's going to make you very creative indeed. So this is good. But on another hand, it's just basically about moving on. You will know that an important stage is about to take place in your life, my gorgeous Leonis, and you will know that the things are going to start changing. You will know that the things are going to start unfolding. You will know that the things are going to need a little bit of your Vavumish power, in such a sense when you just put a little bit of optimism towards these directions, and it's just going to guide you like ooh la la, like there is no tomorrow. But this, my gorgeous Leonis, it's about an important psychic moment that you are going to have. The psychic moment that you are going to have, it's going to confirm something to you. It will be very strong in a sense of where you need to put your attention to, in such a way where you need to make sure that you need to make a certain adjustment. Adjustment is going to need to take place, in particular when it comes to you cutting out something of your life. And when I say this, you cutting out something of your life from your life means like a certain abandonment of the stage that no longer serve you anymore. So you are going to have like a really good opportunity through this, and otherwise you wouldn't actually have it. So it's all about you realizing that you are going to change something, but also at the same time you will have a clear picture, and uncertainties that kind of blocked you from moving on and paying attention to the certain directions. Now this is all going to become clearly evident for you, and it is just going to be confirmed at the same time throughout this process. So therefore it's all about the strong vision that you are going to have, but at the same time the confidence and the power and the self-esteem to make a necessary effort in order to start changing your life slowly. But you will know that this is part of the really huge and massive picture. But what's going on right now, it's going to help you to confirm this and to kind of start carry on this wonderful path, because this path and what you're going to be thinking about this week, it's going to be big, it's going to be important, it will see you through like ooh la la. But most certainly it's the part of the very, very important process. You're going to unleash your powerful self, my gorgeous Leonis, indeed. And this is important because it's just going to help you with this particular abandonment of your life. But on another hand, it's just going to be so much so to do with a certain compromise, and it's so much so going to do with like a certain activity that is going to be boosted at the same time. So optimism, it's going to be driving you like there is no tomorrow, with the peak of radiance throughout your own peak of radiance, which is going to confirm to you exactly very strongly that you're on the right track, you're on the right journey. Just keep going, and keep going, my gorgeous Leonis. This is an important moment in time. Also, it is going to be the moment this week where you're going to be like, oh my God, my commitments are being tested. My commitments are being tested. Just stay absolutely cool. You're going to be absolutely fine, my gorgeous Leonis, because you are reaching towards a very important recognition and perfection when it comes to you. You see what this beautiful relaxation oracle card means? It means, my gorgeous Leonis, that you, through your own meditation this week, you're going to have an important message, whether this is going to be meditation, whether your mind is going to be just relaxed, whether you're going to have like a bit of a lucid dreaming, whether you're going to be grounding yourself. It depends which way you're going to receive this amazing sacred relaxation meditation. But through relaxation and meditation, you're going to, something very important is going to be revealed to you, my gorgeous Leonis. Something very, very important indeed. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Virgolini, my gorgeous Virgos. So now I'm just going to shuffle these cards. So it's for you, my gorgeous Virgolini. Virgolini, Virgolini, Virgolini. Virgolini, Virgolini, Virgolini. Oh la la. You see this, my gorgeous Virgolinis? This is an important moment in time. It is just so good. You know what? I have to say this to you, that basically it is a lot to do. I maybe subconsciously you were like kind of like putting yourself, like you were putting the certain barriers around you subconsciously without even realizing. This is nothing unusual at this very moment in time, my gorgeous Virgolinis. This is nothing unusual, and I just have to say to you, it's just basically it's a lot to do with a very important moment, you know, and it's something in particular that was taking over your life in the last 7 months. Something in particular that was taking, see this 9 of Cups by the way, but something in particular that was taking over your life in the past 7 months, my gorgeous Virgolini. Something very important that was taking over your life in the past 7 months. Now it's going to take place. It's going to surprise you really nicely. It's the things that you have been working on, the things that you have been doing, the things that you have been paying attention to, the things that you wanted to achieve, the things that have been driving you, the things that were making you very happy and very optimistic, the things that have been very responsible for reaching the highest level of your own enlightenment through your own personal journey and stage. It's actually going to take place this week. It's absolutely remarkable the way things are going to unfold for you, my gorgeous Virgolinis. You know, at the moment in time when you least expect, something is going to take place, some kind of crazy process. But this is really good because on one hand it's going to open your eyes, on another hand it's going to give you rather important Vavumish energy, but then again you're going to start enjoying yourself in weirdness, you know. Don't get me wrong, you're going to start enjoying yourself in weirdness, you know. It's like a weird energy that is on another hand becoming quite interesting for you indeed, because the way things are actually going to unfold. Some kind of project is also at the same time going to take place, but this is most certainly all coming through the actual moment in time where you're going to hear some kind of a praise, you're going to hear some kind of optimism, you're going to hear some kind of exciting response, which is at the same time just going to kind of, oh my Lord, going to provide you with a vision, and that vision is going to be strong. That vision is going to be very important. That vision is going to be very vibrant indeed, because it's most certainly going to be directly give you the key to your own success. And also what is important, it's going to be revealed to you, my gorgeous Virgolinis, this week. And what is not important, it's also going to become evident for you, my gorgeous Virgolinis. And you will see exactly what was also creating the confusion. So you will find your place in between, which is going to be very important, very powerful, but at the same time it's just going to be quite powerful moment, because it's going to enhance your energy, it's going to enhance your power, and you're going to realize how much you were actually affected by all these energies that were going on, but everything that was happening lately, you will see how much you were affected by it. But now it's going to be rather nice spiritual flip-flop moment when you're going to be able to kind of like turn this energy upside down and use it to the best of your ability by projecting it the way you want to project it, because now you came through the other side, on the other side of this circle. So most certainly it's time for you to actually start projecting this energy the way you want to project it. It's a wonderful moment in time, but also it is just about you realizing how much you were actually affected, because the energy is going to be really quite good actually this week, much better, much clearer. And also, do you know what, some kind of, I know it's like you would think, oh, it's a weird time, or nothing is going to happen, la la la. No baby, no. But there is some kind of wish that is just going to become like, oh my lord, a wish, something that you wanted to achieve, you wanted to do in a long time, you wanted to get to in a long time, is just going to be so much closer, because through this certain revelation that you're going to have, this is also going to be like, oh my god, what a moment. But it's going to happen at the moment in time when you least expect it. And this is where the magic, it's actually going to be, my gorgeous Virgolinis. This week, believe me or not, it's the actual you are going to overcome an important obstacle, and this is very important for you, most certainly. And also some kind of negotiation, it's going to take place. Negotiation is very important because it's going to lead towards your own personal victory. This is an important moment in time also to mention that if you do need to have a certain negotiations and things like that, just try to do it this week, because this week your lucky number is 7, my gorgeous Virgolinis, and number 7 is a highly powerful number when it comes to your angels, when it comes to your personal protection, when it comes to your success at the same time as well. Also, do you know what, my gorgeous Virgolinis, as well, and important answers you need are coming, okay? The important answers you need are coming, and they're going to come this week, okay? And also diligence, you see, it is also for you, my gorgeous Virgolini, you see, diligence, you are going to surprise yourself, it's not that you are going to surprise you, but something is actually going to surprise you this week when it comes to your own progress, and that in itself, it's going to make you realize, oh, wait a minute, and this is the wait a minute moment that you've been waiting for quite a while now, my gorgeous Virgolinis, in particular when it comes to the last 13 weeks. An important wow, wait a minute moment, and this is going to be so good because it's going to reflect on you, your happiness, your optimism, but most importantly, the return of energy. Okay, that is just going to also be very much so connected to some kind of celebration. You will know that a certain celebration is going to take place rather soon. Okay. Now, the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Libra, 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 Libra. Okay, my gorgeous Libra. You're going to discover something quite interesting about yourself this week, my gorgeous Libra, something unusual, but something good, something excited, something that is actually going to surprise you, and it's going to reveal the new you, and that is not going to come out of the blue, and it's a lot to do with a new stage, it's a lot to do with a new beginning, and it's also a lot to do with a focus that is just going to start appearing in your sign, and it's going to start being quite significant at around this moment in time, my gorgeous Libra. You're also, like, you see the Hierophant here, my gorgeous babies. This is what is going to be quite significant this week, you know. It's a surprise. Maybe you were also like kind of like thinking about, maybe you were negative, maybe you were like kind of thinking like maybe you were bringing yourself down a little bit, you know, and maybe you closed a certain paths around you. It's just so important to say that you are going to have a really significant moment at the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Libra, and I'm so happy because it's all about the actual joy, and it's all about the happiness, and it's all about the actual beauty and pleasure that you're going to feel. And this beauty and pleasure that you're going to feel is going to be very important because it's going to open your eyes, it's going to connect you and reconnect you with the people. This week is very important when it comes to your own personal connection and reconnection with the people in your life. Very, very important. When I say this connection and reconnection, if you can't go and see people, you know, it's like basically all a lot to do like maybe online or talking on the phone and things like that. But there is something that you're going to be told by someone who is very important in your life. Something that you're going to be told through this reconnection, and it's just going to even like open your eyes even more, and it's going to boost your confidence, and it's also on another hand going to give you an idea, and on another hand this is going to be connected to the strong vision that you had at some point, at some moment in time. It's connected to the strong vision that you had at some moment, at some point in time in your past, and you were just waiting for the right moment. So the right moment is coming now. So this is most certainly going to be an important week of invocation, and an important week when it comes to the return of your balance, when it comes to your own manifestation. Believe me or not, my gorgeous Libra, think positive, because this is the week of manifestation. You're gonna be like a little magic person, like ooh la la. You're gonna be like a literally walking with like an invisible magic wand, which means that you are going to have this power. You're going to have this strong and important power, which is on another hand going to boost your own personal illumination to its peak of its own radiance, which is on another hand going to help you to have a harmony and power that you wouldn't normally have. So be very, very like kind of like optimistic around things, and also when it comes to manifestation, and also when it comes to like a new start, a new beginning, something most certainly is going to take place here, and you are going to take an additional 7 months. Something is going to take place, the decision, the realization, the option, the new beginning, that is going to take an additional 7 months, and that is just going to take off then later on. It's important to say that this is quite a significant week of your own activation. And also when it comes to manifestation, you can maybe light like a little candle, write something on a little candle, just one little wish, you know, and by the time the candle burn until the end, then this wish is also going to the universe, you know, and it's just you're gonna start this important process of your own personal manifestation. But on another hand, important to remember that you are going to be able to do a lot with the power of your mind throughout this week, my gorgeous Libra. So just be as optimistic as you can, because this optimism is going to see you through, but it's also going to reveal options that are going to really open your eyes, are going to help you to see you through. But also on another hand is the time, an important moment in time when it comes to your own personal rebirth. Let me tell you something, my gorgeous Libra, it is time to take action, and you will know what this is, you will know what this means, you will know what action exactly you need to take, my gorgeous Libra, indeed. But I have to tell you, it's time to take action. So when you come to terms with the moment this week that it's going to confuse you a little bit, like, oh, what should I do? Well, maybe at this, maybe at that. It's time to take action. Just remember, this is something that is going to happen at the same time when you are actually going to be a little bit uncertain, you see. And this is why this is important for me to say, okay? Because it's going to be like the moment when you're going to be uncertain, because you're going to be maybe like kind of like a little bit thrown out of your own personal balance, but most certainly this is something that I need you to remember, my gorgeous Libra. Just remember, you see, an important moment is going to happen when it comes to you and when it comes to people around you, when it comes to your own community, and also the really beautiful moment that is going to help you to realize something, but also it's going to provide you the certain time span that is going to be very important for you. Some kind of time span is going to be provided to you, my gorgeous Libra, and you're going to know exactly what this means, because it's also going to help you so much to make sense of things that you couldn't make, because at least you will be able to see some kind of light at the end of the tunnel. But it's important, and it's just a great honor. Something is going to take place to you, my gorgeous Libra. You're going to feel so honored, you know, and it's just going to give you an idea, an important idea through your own honorable moment. Someone is going to praise you up, you know, and that is going to happen at the right moment, at the right time, my gorgeous Libra, indeed. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Scorpione, my gorgeous Scorpione, my gorgeous Scorpio. Come out to play. Well, my gorgeous Scorpione. Okay, Knight of Pentacles. You see this? And important. You see, it is just about, you know, a little surprise. You're actually going to find yourself in a rather advanced stage here. And that, it's going to be quite interesting, because it's something that you expected. You know, something that you were thinking about, you know, what is going to be revealed to you this week, but it's to do with your own personal advancement, and it's to do with the gain. Most certainly there will be a certain gain that you are going to have, and that is going to be very important when it comes to your own personal security. Maybe you were worrying about something, you were uncertain, but most certainly good news when it comes to your personal security. You are going to be fine. But on another hand, I really like it. I like it. Bam, ba, ba, da, 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 na 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 da, 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 da. You know, I really like it, because I think that there was a lot of, like, a little bit of negativity, just a little bit of negativity was around you, and you get affected by things quite a lot, my gorgeous Scorpione. So I can tell you that this negative energy is just going to shift really beautifully, not completely, but it's just going to start shifting so nicely. And it's so difficult to explain how you're going to feel this week. It's until you get to this particular point, to this particular moment, you will see how affected you were. And once you realize this stage, once you realize this moment, something is going to be revealed to you that wasn't revealed to you before. Therefore, by the time we get to the last part of this week, you see, it's a very important moment that is going to take stage, my gorgeous Scorpione, because it's not only going to provide you like some kind of like an option and direction that you didn't have before, but it's all about this activity and determination that is going to come through, and it's going to refresh you so much. It's going to refresh your way of thinking, it's going to refresh your mind, it's going to refresh your memory. It's going to be very important, because it is going to be directly connected with your own energy, with your own source, when it comes to your own activity and determination. An important determination is going to take place, my gorgeous Scorpione. And also, it's very important to say, it's so significant, it's a very significant week to work on your own spirituality, work on meditation, work on discovering yourself through your own grounding, meditation, connection and reconnection with the universe. And throughout the universe, throughout this week, the very first thing in the morning, you need to pay attention to what is on your mind, because you're going to be traveling like every single night, my gorgeous Scorpione, and this is purely because you're reaching a rather high and very important levels of your own subconsciousness, and this is nothing unusual that you're provided with all sorts of informations and directions while you're traveling, while you're sleeping, at night. But these things are pretty much so still part of our mind, part of our reality and consciousness the first moment we wake up in the morning. So throughout this week, pay attention to what is on your mind in the morning. Every single morning you're going to be told something. Every single morning you're going to have an option. Every single morning you will have the sacred direction that will see you through. You will make some kind of decision, and that decision is also going to take the further 6 weeks. After 6 weeks, something wonderful and very important and rather magical is going to happen, but it's connected to this indeed. Okay, and also, do you know what? It is just basically you are most certainly going to find yourself, my gorgeous Scorpione, on a rather advanced level, and I like it because there is some kind of recognition that you are going to have, but in particular when it comes to your own abilities as well, an important recognition. Just one more thing, I need you to remember this, my gorgeous Scorpione. I need you to remember, do not let your past hold you back. Do not let your past hold you back, my gorgeous Scorpiones. This is very important for you to remember this week. And your tarot card of the week is not tarot card, but your oracle. Your oracle card of the week is flexibility. You need to do as much as you can. You need to kind of find yourself on the path of things that you don't normally do. It's good to test the water. It's good to be very really open-minded when it comes to trying new things, and when it comes to opening your mind to understand things from a slightly different angle. I find it very important to tell you, it's all about your own flexibility this week, which means that you just need to test it. There are going to be lots of moments when you're going to feel like, oh, I need to test the water, but it's just so important because through your own flexibility, this is also going to help you to reach an important stage of your own creativity. But this is going to be very spiritual and very important because at the same time, it's going to bring you focus, a clear focus, which is on another hand going to reveal a promise, an important promise that will just become an important stage for you here indeed. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about. Okay, the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Sagittarini. My gorgeous Sagittarini, my lord, it is just, I need you to be confident, my babies. I need you to be confident, because there is some kind of little testy, a little test you are going to have, my gorgeous Sagittarini. So it's very important for you to remember to remain confident. Remember what I said. Please remain confident. It's important to stick to yourself, to stick to your own path, but at the same time just remain confident because you are going to be tested just a little bit as well. Okay, so this is an important moment in time when it comes to you. You see this? Okay, it's 9 of Wands. Very important moment in time, my gorgeous Sagittarians, and it is just all about you basically dealing with things. There are going to be 2 things that you're going to need to pay attention to when it comes to your life, when it comes to your progress, when it comes to your balance, when it comes to security and power, career if you're working. It's an important moment when it comes to your personal progress. 2 things that are just going to need a little bit of your own light, a little bit of your own energy, and that in itself is also going to reveal 2 important stages, 2 important points that are just so much going to be very significant when it comes to the reward from the hard work, success, but then also an admiration from others. It's also going to happen at the right moment, at the right time. So this week it's going to bring you a significant stage when it comes to your future planning. You will make an important decision okay? A strong decision, a powerful decision, but the decision that you're going to make is going to take a little while to start unfolding, but you will know that it's important. And that decision, it's also just going to start kind of like changing direction just a little bit. It's just a little bit of adjustment and readjustment, which is going to kind of reflect on the actual time span of the certain progress in your life. But most certainly it will be very important, my gorgeous Sagittarini, because you are going to have an important moment when it comes to your activity and determination. This is an important week when it comes to your own activity and determination and experience. I really like it because it's all about this idea, and also an idea that you will have. And also just remember, my gorgeous Sagittarini, confidence is your key to success. This is what I need you to remember, in particular this week. Okay, confidence is your key to success. Okay, look at this, miracles. It's just a rather nice surprise. It's a nice surprise that you're going to have this week, my gorgeous Sagittarians, and this will mean to you so much, because something unexpected will happen, but it's also going to help you so much to understand things that you couldn't understand, but also for something that you thought it was over, for something like when it comes to your life, when it comes to the certain stage and journey, you know, for something that you thought like, you know, it's over, it's most certainly now going to come back at you with so many options. So there is going to be a nice, beautiful surprise that you're actually going to have, my gorgeous Sagittarians. And this is also going to be rather important wake-up call. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, my gorgeous, it's my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Capricornius, pam, 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 Capricornius, dun, 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 dun. Do you know what? You need to remember this, my gorgeous Capricornius. You're also going to need to really remember that you are going to reach a very important stages of your subconscious mind. This is a very much so a gift to actually have when we are going through such an uncertainty when it comes to our own dimension. And you know, we have been affected by things that have been happening outside, you know, like of course the whole world has been affected, and some people have been affected more, some people have been affected less, and I said this before, but most certainly I want you to remember this, my gorgeous Capricornians, that the way we get affected by things in life, it's showing our emotional intelligence, it's showing our spirituality, it's showing how powerful you are. I know it sounds really weird, but this is just the way it is. It's just showing your emotional intelligence and your spirituality at the same time. I want you to remember that you're entering a quite powerful stage when it comes to your own direction, my gorgeous Capricornians. You know, you will be kind of like dreaming a lot throughout this week. You will have a very strong connection with your subconscious mind, and you're also going to have a very strong connection with your dreams. I need you to pay attention to your dreams. Okay, but also I also need you to pay attention throughout the actual week, every single day. Every single day, I need you to pay attention to understand what is on your mind the very first thing in the morning. I know I said this before, but this is just so important to do it, because even if you have the very first thing on your mind in the morning, like, oh yeah, just go and wash the window, go and wash the floor, you know, you just do it. It's not about washing the window, it's not about washing the floor, but it's very important to actually follow that sacred gift of the actual direction. Because what does your spirit guides want you to do and your angels want you to do? It's actually get hold of this particular dimension by following your own subconscious voice. It's not about doing that particular thing, but it's about following that direction and dimension, which is going to help you to come to terms with something. But on another hand, this is an important moment and stage, which is what you are going to have throughout this week, which is going to help you to build your own spirituality. So by by the time you get to the last part of this week, you know, my gorgeous Capricornians, something absolutely incredible is going to take place. But in particular, when it comes to your own understanding, through your own balance that you wouldn't normally have, because each thing that is going to be happening throughout this week, each morning that you're actually told something, it's just a certain word, you know, like you open your eyes, you're all part of all sorts of dimensions with your subconscious mind, throughout your subconscious mind, you know, and these are the very special and very sacred messages. I repeat, you know, even if it's something like, oh, go and do this, like wash the window, whatever it's on your mind first, you just go for it, and that way you tap into that dimension by following your own inner voice, and that is going to reveal things to you throughout this week. And by the time you get to the last part of week, the last day, you know, a conclusion, this is all going to reach towards an important moment when it comes to this particular conclusion, and this is going to be strong and it's going to be very powerful, and I really like it, you know, because it's just basically going to help you with some kind of accomplishment, you know, with your own accomplishment. It's going to help you to pay attention to things to do with your own progress, with your own process that you would otherwise not kind of pay attention to. This is significant because something like rather important is going to be revealed to you, my gorgeous Capricornians. On one hand, it's to do with your own success. On another hand, it's to do with your own accomplishment that is going to keep you going. But then again, at the same time, it's some kind of like maybe dishonesty and also some kind of dishonesty, you know, somebody, you need to be a little bit careful because somebody's just going to be a little bit naughty to you, my gorgeous Capricornians, and I don't like that at all. Somebody's going to be like a little bit naughty around you, and it's just a very dark person, not in an appearance, but it's the dark person as in an energy, of course. And I need you to be careful, because if somebody wants to have some kind of a dealing with you this week, I would just like step away from that person, step away from that direction, step away from that dimension. So therefore, this is most certainly not a week to start things like buy new things, huge things, or it's not a week like to do some kind of a dealings, or it's not a week for negotiation. Maybe other weeks and things like that, yes, or to start things, to sign things. It's not a good week. If you can't change this and you need to do this, then there's nothing you can do about it, sadly. But if you can just step away from this kind of negativity, because some kind of dishonesty is going to be revealed to you. But then again, whether you're going to be surprised or not, I don't think that you're going to be too surprised completely, but I'm just saying that basically make sure that you kind of like you're aware of this. So if you do come to terms with some kind of like a progress or a process where it's required from you to start something very important, I would kind of like avoid this week, so you can avoid this little snaky in the grassy here, little snake in the grass. Okay, very important. So your tarot card of the week is, oh my God, you see the moon. This is my Lord, this is exactly what I was like focusing on in my mind, you know, is this moon, this trickery, you know. Somebody's going to try to like kind of like trick you into something, but not necessarily, because you are going to come to terms with this before it actually happens. So you are going to have this person that you're going to need to be a little bit careful about, somebody a little bit dishonest that I need you to pay attention to, my gorgeous Capricornians. Very important to see who this person is, but most certainly to protect yourself as well against this type of person. So it's somebody that's like a little bit dishonest that is around you, my gorgeous Capricornians. This week it's going to be quite significant for you to just kind of protect yourself from this person if you possibly can. But you are of course, but this is exactly what I was like channeling right before I took this card out, the moon. Okay, so also I want you to remember, my gorgeous Capricornians, prosperity lies ahead. Just remember, you will need this to keep you going, my gorgeous babies. Prosperity lies ahead, okay? Don't get swept into any negativity or anything like that, or any uncertainty that, you know, like things like that. Just remember, prosperity lies ahead, okay? And your oracle card of the week, my gorgeous Capricornians, bam, 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 bam. Oh, believe me or not, you see, this is your light at the end of the tunnel. What kind of adventure you're going to have? What kind of adventure can you have? There will be a very, 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 very special moment you're going to have, my gorgeous Capricornians, this week, and I'm so happy. It's going to surprise you. This adventure doesn't mean necessarily, yay, you're going to go away for a week. You know, people are not allowed to do things at the moment, I understand, but it is the personal adventure. It's an important adventure. It's a magical adventure you're going to have, my gorgeous Capricornians. Very important, because you're going to discover something about yourself, and that discovery is going to answer something to you at the same time, but it's going to provide you with the security and optimism and good feeling indeed. An important adventure, but this is going to be so much more than just an adventure. It's about a realization. It's about important realization that is going to boost your determination when you need it the most. This is a personal adventure, spiritual adventure. Meditate, my gorgeous Capricornians. Ground yourself throughout this week if you possibly can. It's going to be brilliant. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Aquamarini. Aquarius, Aquamarini. This is an important week, you know, it's going to surprise you, because you know what I really like here? You're about to prove something to yourself, but it's not about like, you're also going to prove something to someone else, like important in your life. Someone maybe who's like rubbing you off like in the wrong way, like for the last 11 months, you know, but most certainly you're going to be able to prove something to someone, but also this is going to mean to you so much. So you're going to prove something to someone, but you're also going to prove something very important to yourself. What's important here is that this is going to be important to you, my gorgeous Aquamarini, because it's all about you, because you've been through a lot. I said this before and I'm going to say it again, because emotionally, you know, you've been through a lot when it comes to your life, when it comes to your emotions, you know. So now this year it's all about going on the other side of that spirituality, on the other side of that spiritual journey of yours, and that other side is waiting for you, and it's not even going to be that long, but now until you actually get there. So it's all about this boost of radiance that you're actually going to have throughout this week, because most certainly it is going to affect your confidence, but in a really great way, in a really good way, because it's all about this particular moment that you're going to reach. This means to you so much, because it's all to do with uncertainty and the decision that you made not that long ago, and just made you feel like, oh my Lord, because at the same time things slightly changed, and that changed this whole picture. So it was all about reaching this important moment in time in your life where you can have this absolutely remarkable angel bird view, you know, and just see the situation from a beautiful moment in time, from a completely different angle. And this is going to be absolutely everything, because on one hand you're going to hear about it. This is going to be an incredible starting moment, starting point, but it's to do with the perfection, with the beautiful energy, with an excitement, but at the same time with the confidence through the actual sharp and clear picture. You know, it is all about the clear picture that is also at the same time going to stop the waters from being rather murky. The waters were rather murky so far because of many other reasons that affected your situation from the outside, nothing that you could have done it yourself. But most certainly this moment in time is bringing you a perfection, and it's also about the actual recognition. Someone is going to praise you up, someone is going to tell you something that it's going to like be like, oh my God, I can't believe they praised me up, you know. Perhaps there was a bit of a conflict, but maybe there was a little argument or a fight, but also it's just so important that you managed to prove yourself to someone, and that person have received this situation in the right way. So basically this is an important moment that you are going to have, and it is about the recognition, you know, and it's to you, you will recognize something, you're going to realize something, and you will want to use this in order to take this on the whole next level. So therefore you are going to start up a process here that is going to take an additional 21 weeks in order to take off, but it is going to be good, it is going to be brilliant, and it is going to be fantastic, and it's going to lead towards a rather victorious moment in time indeed. This week it's going to be the great moment in time when it comes to your own honor, and you will know that this is just so about your own capability, okay? And it's also all to do with like a just reward from hard work, success, admiration from others. But most importantly, good news, good realization, also the idea that you're going to have. But it all boils down to one thing. It's going to keep you going, my gorgeous aquamarine, like there is no tomorrow, because it's going to be evident that you are absolutely going to have an ultimate change. My surprise, surprise, the Hanged Man. You see this baby upside down? Hello! It's basically all about the actual rebirth, and it's all boiling down to the ultimate change, and ultimate change. This is going to be such an important moment, such an important progress, such an important starting point. It's going to be absolutely mind-blowing, because it's going to happen at the moment in time when you didn't expect it, my gorgeous aquamarini. So this is going to be good, it's going to be brilliant, and it's also going to mark the beginning of your own rebirth. Believe me or not, drink as much as water as you can, try to meditate as much as you can, try to ground yourself as much as you can. This is going to help you along the way, because this process is going to be very important. It's going to seem rather confusing throughout the week, but most certainly by the time you get to the last part of this week, you will know that you are in for the ultimate change. Something is going to be clear for you, something is going to be clear to you, a vibrant energy, vibrant direction, vibrant optimism. It's going to make you realize that this is not only the rebirth, but it's going to need a little bit of a readjustment, a little bit of adjustment, a little bit of sacrifice in your life, but it's all going to come, it's all going to happen, it's all going to manifest at the right moment, at the right time. So you are about to have an important moment when it comes to your own personal rebirth, my gorgeous aquamarini, and it's all going to make sense, okay? It's absolutely important moment of illumination you will have, and you will know exactly what am I talking about. You will know exactly what I was referring to. Just remember, this is the time to surrender to the divine. This is a perfect week. Throughout this week, my gorgeous aquamarini, it's a perfect time to surrender to the divine, which means that you should meditate as much as you can, you should relax as much as you can, you should like connect with the sun, with the sun rays, with the sunlight, you know, as much as you can. Try to meditate, because at that moment in time you'll be very powerful. You normally are, you always are, but throughout this week something is going to be revealed to you at the same time, okay? It's more about the confirmation than anything else. And your oracle card, my aquamarini, is the power. Something is going to be revealed to you through your own personal power. This is absolutely remarkable week in order to try to like kind of come to terms with certain things, but also with the confusing times, you know, with the confusing situations, with the confusing dimension that we were like around all of us, you know, lately. You know, this is brilliant, because you're going to be tested, but you're going to do really great. Your power, it's going to reveal an unfoldment. Your personal power, it's going to reveal your personal success, and that is at the same time also going to start a process and unfoldment. It's important because it's going to boost your confidence so beautifully. Not that you need it, but you will see exactly what I mean. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Pisceline. Pisceline, Pisceline, Pisceline. Do you know, it's just so amazing how you are going to find yourself being so creative this week. Maybe you were just like feeling a little bit down, down lately. Maybe you felt a bit negative in the last week, but something was kind of draining your energies just a little bit more that your energy is normally drained. So that affected you, that affected your planning, that affected your way of thinking, that affected your optimism. So this is just going to be so great because it's also like going to boost your creativity, and I really like it because that in itself is going to be very important, because at around the midweek there is some kind of promise that is just going to take off, that is just going to be so important, and that promise is going to happen through the actual unfoldment of your life, what was happening in the last year, but in particular when it comes to something that you have been patient about, new stage, new direction, new journey, one step at a time. You still waited for this kind of moment to move, to have a rather nice significant jump. So something is going to happen here, and I really like it. I repeat, it's to do with your life, it's to do with what you wanted to do, and it's to do with the change, but you just waited for this moment in time when this process is going to take place, is going to happen and manifest, so you can look at the situation from slightly different angle. This is not like you were waiting for this moment. It's nothing, it's going to happen this week, but it's all about the actual realization, and things are going to make sense, and it's just about the promise and about the option and about the new idea that you're already going to be like, oh my god, this is brilliant, this is absolutely brilliant. So you will know that this is most certainly the time to be a very communicative as much as you can. Okay, I know that this is not a time when we are outside all the time or anything like that, but most certainly there is a certain communication that is going to surprise you this week, whether somebody's going to phone you, whether somebody's going to send you an email, whether somebody's going to do whatever they do, but a certain communication is going to surprise you, but it's going to be so important because it's at the same time you will know that there is some kind of obstacle that you are going to need to cross. So that's why it's just so important to kind of get hold of anything that's around you this week and be very explorative, because what is going to happen, you are most certainly going to surprise yourself this week, and this surprise that you are going to have, you see this Six of Swords. You see, you're going to surprise yourself this week, and this surprise that you're going to have, it's going to be very important for your personal development, and also it's going to help you with the problem. You will know what to do, and it's most certainly going to help you to escape the situation that no longer serve you. It's going to help you to escape the situation that is making you feel unhappy, and to escape the situation that is making you feel uncomfortable. So it's a very important moment in time when it comes to your own personal progress. This week is very significant when it comes to the actual optimism and happiness that you are going to feel. And I know how important this is going to be to you, but it's also, on one hand, you're going to come to terms with a certain changes, but this is going to be so good, it's going to be so exciting, it's going to be so brilliant, because it's going to help you not to see like a light at the end of the tunnel, but 10 lights at the end of the tunnel. Perhaps maybe you were the uncertainties around you, had uncertainties that kind of stopped you from planning, and it's kind of stopped you from using your confidence, and it stopped you from moving on. So this is going to be an important moment, which is also on another hand going to bring you this much needed balance with this perfection and recognition of the path, which is just going to help you to make sense out of the situation, but also it's just going to kind of provide you with an option, and that is going to be the powerful stage, because it's on another hand going to really start the process, of you moving on with your life in the right direction, and it's going to feel like that. This is an important moment in time, something is going to be revealed to you, my gorgeous Pisces, and this is going to be important because it's going to help you to make a decision, but also to understand where you are at the moment, to understand where you are at, and also most importantly to kind of revalue your situation, but also when it comes to the future planning, an important stage, because you're about to find yourself. I'm not saying that you've lost yourself, but this week, Pisces, will be very important when it comes to you finding yourself. You're finding your ground, you're finding your power, you're finding your energy, which is just going to help you so much to come to terms with something, but also to reflect, you know, in such a way where you're gonna get a clear focus, and that clear focus is at the same time going to become an important wake-up call, which is most certainly going to guide you, you know, out of the negative situation and guide you out of this uncertainty that you kind of found yourself in. So it's quite important for you to actually do this, you know. And also, my gorgeous Pisces, you know, I just want to say to you, I just want to say to you, look at the bigger picture. Look at the bigger picture. You're going to come to terms with something. The situation is going to require from you to respond in a certain way. Do not rush into anything, because this week you're also going to be rushed into something. Someone is going to push you towards something, and you're going to be rushed into something to make some kind of decision. Do not rush into anything, okay? This week is not good to rush. Okay, so anything that you're going to be rushed towards, do not rush. Okay, just remember, step away from the situation. Things are not what they seem to be. Things are not what they are. Things are not what they seem to be that they are. So it's very important for you to remember to look at the bigger picture. Look at the bigger picture. And in order for you to look at the bigger picture, you need to step away from the situation. Go home, even sleep one night, and have this sacred night of sleeping and dreaming. You connect and reconnect to your guardian angels and to spirit guides. And at the same time, they provide you with all sorts of solutions and options that you wouldn't normally have. So at least one day, at least one night, you know, you go home and you sleep, and this is the moment, the magical moment that you're going to have at the same time, because your angels and your guardian angels and your spirit guides are going to help you out, my gorgeous Pisces. So this is why it's so important to not to rush into anything, because it's at the same time going to be a very strong connection that you are going to have with your guardian angels. And this is what I was going to say to you. It's important for you not to rush into anything. Look at this. Don't worry, my gorgeous Pisces. Look, it's a success. You will have a sign. You will have a signification, you know. You will have an option. You will know. Something will work out different. Something is going to change this week. It's going to be brilliant, and it's going to put a big smile on your face. Don't worry. You will be fine. But also, this week, Pisces, this week, my gorgeous babies, this week in particular, something will be revealed to you. An option, a path, realization. It's to do with a new beginning. It's to do with a new start. It's to do with a new option. It's to do with a new promise. Pay attention, my gorgeous Pisces, because it's leading towards this moment. It's leading towards your own success. So you're going to be absolutely fine. I really like this, because you're going to like this, my gorgeous Pisces. It's going to surprise you, and it's going to be quite good indeed. Okay? So my gorgeous people, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love every single one of you, my gorgeous people. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing and light. Okay, my gorgeous people, I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.